Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.
Well, it's too bad that we like different kinds of movies. Maybe we're just different kinds of people.
Yeah, it's too bad, but actually I think I know what to do.
What's that?
We can go to a horror movie, and I'll hold your hand so you don't get scared.
You mean like on a second date?
Of course. Or are you still too scared?
No way. That sounds great. What is the movie you saw last night?
It is a new film, Transformer.
How do you like it?
I expected too high from that movie, but I was a bit disappointed about it.
But I heard the box office rose up to 15 million in the first week.
Box office can't explain everything. I do not think it is cheerful or well made. The plot is old and the female character is not pretty.
My sister has given me 2 tickets for tonight. It is called The Life of Rose, a French movie.
What's it about?
It tells the lifetime of a lady singer from a beggar in the street to a famous singer in the world. It is a kind of tragedy.
I prefer the tragedy. It is moving and makes me ponder about my life.
Let's go. The time is coming.
We can buy the popcorn before entering the cinema.
My friend Jean is very beautiful.
What's her figure?
Perfect, and I like her charming eyes too.
What's the color of her eyes?
Dark blue. What are you doing this weekend?
I don't have any plans.
Charlotte, have you had your supper?
No, I don't want to eat anything.
Why? Don't you feel well?
I'm down in spirits.
What's up?
My manager jumped on me for my mistake today.
You must not feel depressed about such a trivial thing.
I think I'm too clumsy. I can do nothing well.
You'd better shape up if you want to get the job done.
But I doubt myself.
Cheer up. Don't let me down. We all make mistakes, and that is life.
John has some trouble in his life.
I hear that his father died.
Yeah, he's been having an easy time since he was a boy, and now he doesn't know how to face the music.
He is out of luck.
How about another beer?
No, thanks. I've had more than enough. In fact, I must be running along.
Stay around for a while. The party is warming up.
I'm afraid I have to leave. I have to be up early tomorrow.
Are we going to have gym class tomorrow?
Are you crazy? Tomorrow's Saturday.
Sometimes I forget that we don't have school on Saturdays.
Americans also don't go to work on Saturdays.
So there are only 5 working days in a week?
Right. What are you going to do tonight?
I'm going to study.
On a Friday night?
Well, I need to polish up my English.
Cindy, how come nearly all the primetime TV shows are comedies?
That's because Americans love sitcoms.
Sitcoms?
Situation comedies. A sitcom is half an hour long and it airs weekly. Sitcom shows tend to be about ordinary people. If there is one thing that all the shows have in common, it is teaching wholesome values.
In Taiwan, primetime shows are an hour long and most of them aren't comedies.
I think Americans would rather laugh than cry or be scared in their free time.
Hey Annie, who is this picture of?
Oh, that's my great, 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 great-grandfather.
I think you can say your 7th great-grandfather. Cutie. What's his name?
Peter Madsen. A great A if I do say so myself.
Nice pun. What is it you active about him most?
He loved his family and his countrymen and his freedom.
He looks like a very personable man.
He was. He was friendly toward and showed concern for everyone he met.
Did you go to the movie yesterday?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of it?
I don't think much of the film.
I think it is the worst one I have ever seen.
Oh, I'm not sure I agree with you. It was not a good one, but it was not the worst one. Actually, it wasn't too bad.
I can't think the same.
What's more, some scenes were good, much fit for the children.
I couldn't agree with you. Have you ever played Making?
Not really, but I know it is very popular, a traditional Chinese gambling game.
Yes, some friends play it all day, all night, and sometimes a whole weekend. I tried to read about some basic rules online, but it is hard to understand. So I went to watch people play yesterday only to find I was even more confused. I think I have to work hard on those rules and more learning by doing. Practice makes the master.
Typical Francis. Whether you are at work, or engaged in leisure time activities, you always show the same eagerness and curiosity to learn something new and improve yourself.
It is important to keep your mind up to date and active.
Jimmy, I'd like to wear this robe for tonight's cocktail party. What do you think of it?
Don't dress like that. You'll make fool yourself. You look stupid in that robe.
What? But it is my favorite piece of clothing.
Maybe it is, but it's out of fashion.
What am I going to do?
Let's go downtown and pick up some fashionable clothes for you. Do you want a cigarette?
No, thank you. I've given up, you know.
You don't mind if I have one.
Well, all tight. But you know, smoking does do harm to your health.
Yes, you are right.
Why don't you try and give it up?
I've tried to give up smoking several times, but it's no use. You had better get a grab instead of getting upset about little things.
I know, but my life seems super stressful. I really don't know how to get a better grab on things.
I think as long as you try your best and don't think of anything too much, everything will be all right.
Who's that old lady trimming the trees?
She's my grandma.
She looks very healthy. How old is she?
92.
Hi, Tina. I've got good news. I have successfully passed the first 2 rounds of interview with ABC Company. They informed me to go to the final round next Monday. It looks very promising.
That is awesome. Congratulations. I know you can make it.
Thanks. Let's go for a celebration this evening. Are you free?
Yes. Wait for me at the cafe down my office building. Say 5 p.m., okay?
No problem. See you.
See you.
What do you want for your birthday from your parents?
I don't know. Maybe a pair of new shoes.
Why don't you ask them to buy you a PC? You will soon use it at college.
That's a dandy idea. Thank you for reminding me.
Have you ever thought about having children, Caitlin?
My husband and I have thought about it, but we've decided not to have any. They are just too expensive. Besides, with all the news about global warming on the news lately, who knows what kind of world we'll have in the future? What about you?
Well, I've always wanted to have lots of children. Growing up with only one brother, I always felt a bit lonely. What do you think about families with only one child?
For me, growing up in a big family always made me yearn for attention. I always wanted to be an only child so that I could always do what I wanted and so that I wouldn't ever have to share.
Don't you think you would miss having other people around?
No way. I spent 20 years of my life with relatives around me 24/7. You know, I don't think I've ever actually spent any time by myself in my parents' home. What do you think of the one-child policy in China?
If China didn't have such a policy, can you imagine how many people there would be in China now?
That's true. But as a woman, I'm glad that even though I don't want any children, I at least have a choice in how many children I have. On the other hand, I can't imagine what China would be like if there weren't a one-child policy.
Do you think most families with many children envy or feel sorry for other families with only one child?
I don't know what other people think, but I, for one, envy only children.
Our mission is to help you learn the English language. We have created easy-to-follow, free educational materials for those seeking knowledge of English.